hours after the lunch hour, post lunch hour, I put a study on a respite center in a scenario, and I just had a Big Mac. And now we're gonna do a respite center simulator until someone comes into the office door. Let me put on my mask just in case. There we go. Time to begin my story. So, you have been referred to your local peer respite in your neighborhood. You have your reservations about this mental health shit that tries not to look like mental health. You walk through the door. Through a room usually furnished but sometimes empty of anything else than 2 or 3 folding chairs arranged around a table. One or more residents greet you. After they finish checking names off a sheet or reading some stuff off a monitor, they welcome you, make eye contact, give you a chance to say whatever you want before listening. I thought this was supposed to look like a home? Whose home is this supposed to look like? The staff/facilitator looks up at you. What can we tell them today? Is there anything that would help you better understand what this all means and where we come from, or something you need? What do they see? How will it look like from your point of view, and what do you want them to do with your story? Well, don't do anything with my story. I've had enough people do shit with my story without me. Do I get control of my life here? Can't you leave me alone for one day without getting into my shit? And on. You may have more to talk if things don't feel good for you now, or just shut down when the conversation seems pointless and uncomfortable. The head honcho in his noggin has been flashing his domain, so just bed would be nice at this moment. Just a warm bed under sheets. He'd take his pillow too, much privacy possible as talking, maybe eating. Bath could wait, though. Not even a hot tub. Unless someone else would be interested, which no one ever was. A quiet evening sitting in a rocking chair, curled in an armchair, watching nothing. Or playing cat's cradle and duck hunt simultaneous like. No way out. So why stay? Maybe it's just a little vacation for him until he wakes up feeling ready to tackle whatever comes after that day, and another week starts. Doesn't seem fair. If everyone feels this bad inside, what about their loved ones or other relatives? Cut to montage of your friends and loved ones and what they think about you. You're such a fuck-up. How did you manage so long without us? What the hell are you doing here anyway? But nobody said this would go on forever, and your buddies and kin might also have different views and feelings. This guy isn't looking so happy right now either. That's your cue to mope now. That's your cue to mope now. Just keep saying those. Come on, mope. Maybe he needs to talk a lot tonight. I don't know anymore. Just keep saying the same words over again. Myself, fill up space with sounds, keep saying them louder to drown all the thoughts in here. It's mopey time, buddy. It's time for that mopiness. Mope around. Get yourself as solid and sick and sullied and sad and melt as possible, because you're here and we're here to put you in a bucket and let you be the liquid shit you are until no. Movie painful. Not yet. No, I mean, yes, I'm here to put me here to do this shit, to make this happen, and I'm here with my family, with all the things going around and stuff, but this place is a joke, isn't it? We are all living together, and you guys are crazy. You're just nuts. I mean, what the hell am I even talking to you for? Who cares if you like movies? I mean, who knows how to live? Who knows how much water goes in and out of this body? Where's the waste gone? Who knows the truth about what happens inside? How to tell when you've lost everything? How to find yourself back again? Well, you're in luck, 'cause we brought the God of the Book of Job, the last part of the Book of Job here with us, and he's going to ask you some more questions about how dare you ask questions, because where were you when this thing happened in the universe, buddy? Why did you even ask that? You can't remember. Did anyone help? How does it feel? Well, it sure feels great, I gotta admit. It's been fun, but I've got this itch. I'm thinking that's what you'll need. An itch. Yeah. I think you need to do a little bit of training to prepare for that scratching. Of the scalp. Let me try to give you some pointers. I guarantee it won't itch. I don't expect much in return. First, you need to know what the itch actually is, so it's easier to deal with. There are many types of itching, and your skin has ways of reacting to most of them, but there's a basic kind. That everybody understands. So what do we call it? I guess that word itch would cover a number of symptoms you may have. Dry, wet, itchy, tingling, uncomfortable, painful, all kinds. Itches come from various sources. Some it's easy to identify. It's usually the sign of a physical problem with your body, usually from allergies or infections of various sorts. You know the difference? You're aware of the source of the problem, so if you treat it, then you will heal faster. It's simple. Sometimes it could be psychological. A symptom of anxiety, of stress, or something more. But there is another type, something more complex. A sensation you might experience with chronic or severe medical issues or problems. Arthritis, asthma, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia. Where you are unable to distinguish the sensations you're experiencing, they all seem very similar. Or maybe there's a condition you didn't notice before or you weren't aware existed. Then what we would do with that particular form, that kind of you don't understand or you've forgotten what you had, illustrates showing its signs and signals once again. You're experiencing a mild to moderate case of, quote, itch. I think I have an idea. The term might sound strange or funny if you haven't heard it somewhere before. It's called an allergic reaction. You know the type, right? That's when a chemical substance, antihistamine, in one organ reacts to a specific substance or allergen and triggers a cascade response leading up and down the affected organs. Brain, skin, blood circulation system, nervous system, or even causing changes on a cellular level. And sometimes the effect isn't limited to just the target area, but a whole chain reaction. And sometimes it can even be dangerous. For example, an allergy can affect the entire section of respiratory tract, causing swelling, congestion, narrowing of your throat that prevents normal breathing. Sometimes the swelling may extend up into the upper nasal tract, blocking the olfactory region that senses smells, preventing your sense of smell. So it is not only your eyes, but even a part of what you keep going. I'm not a doctor, nor am I a specialist. I'm simply giving you information with ideas based on my own personal experience with my own condition and observations with burpatology, and herpetology together. With my own condition and observations with those who suffer, which includes friends of mine. This isn't intended to be an accurate description, but just another way to express what the itch is telling you, a signal that needs to stop. So please, don't panic. And start taking necessary measures to alleviate your situation. You have no challenges in this life, and I'm not interested if you end up killing yourself for no reason. It might not work. It might hurt like hell, and your immune system could reject whatever treatment you receive. Yeah, no, I tried the antihistamines. Didn't do much, but maybe this will. What a joke. Your brain's trying to trick you into thinking there's something else you should take, or something else that'll clear you faster. Well, let's try and see what happens. It might turn deadly. It's so easy to find all the symptoms in the internet. Who wants a symptom? You don't even have to be an astute physician or an experienced doctor. In fact, you can find some really bizarre conditions listed online. It doesn't always happen right away either. Sometimes people live with a severe itch and it gets worse every year for years and years and years. It can take time, months, even years to discover what it's really all about. If the itch isn't going to kill you, you'll die of the consequences of your lifestyle instead. I'm saying there's lots of possibilities, but even in your home or at school, but you must know the symptoms to recognize it as a problem. The heck? It doesn't always happen. I'm saying there are a lot of possibilities even in your home or at school, but you must know these symptoms to recognize it as a problem. Don't go anywhere and try to treat yourself if the signs don't match the condition I'm describing. That could make it worse. What the heck, you've done that so far, and now the itch will have to disappear sooner or later anyway, so you can start with these suggestions, and if it doesn't get you any results, then you can keep going with others you... You probably will find more helpful, and you may even come across a cure. I hope that helps. I think I know what you're looking for. There are other things you could use. I'm sorry, but you need professional help from a medical professional in the future to treat yourself. You fucked that guy off royally. Like, F him. F him. You F him. You... Oh, hell. You smurf that guy right in the face. You smurf him good, smurf him until he's a smurfing smurf. Oh, hell, you smoking weed, huh? What the fuck? I mean, I guess what's so wrong with having a couple of tokes while this shit's rolling downhill, but I never thought I'd need a fix like that. I don't do dope or nothing. Yeah, you know it, and I know it, and we all still talking. Why can't anyone believe anything? What's so hard about a little herb? Or just some stuff to relax a bit when things seem too serious, but you're still stuck on this damn planet. I never thought I might, yeah. You know it. And I know it. And you're all still talking. Why can't anyone believe anything? What's so hard about a little herb? I have a better place to go where the rules aren't the same, and it sure would save a lot of energy to not have to think about everything so much. Nah, no way. How the fucking shit do we even find each other if there's nobody else around? Well, the facilitator said, that is a job for international dimension waters or maritime universe. How do we find someone here in space? Or why don't we ever just give up and say where it's nice, like maybe the Earth, or maybe somewhere with a nice sun? Where's all the heat from? That might sound pretty tempting to some of you, right? Complain about the endless bouts of planets you're being thrust on every day, as is your future. Or lambast the previous generation for having it so good the way their parents or had the capacity to swab their fists in their face. Nah, oh no, we don't want to unlearn generations. We were just lucky to live a simple, carefree life, and why I wish it would have ended a long time ago, but it doesn't fit the way it feels. I think it is important to have an opportunity, not only the opportunity, but the possibility to see a little bit more and do a bit more than before, just a bit, and try a new food or unusual collision of juices like dragon fruit and mung. All this other shit. That's what we needed. Be part of something bigger and to understand, and the idea of uniqueness that the old guy talks about is just an ego thing. He's trying to impress himself. Or impress others by claiming that his unique experience and perception is different than anyone else's. But what's the difference, really? If the universe has created me in the first place, it can certainly change me, make me into something completely... Oh. Okay, time to make the... Let's something that nobody has ever seen before, but that I'm able to see because I've already changed myself. I'm just an expression of the laws of nature, the rules, and it's up to us to find a nice cheap place to wet our whistles. And by whistles, I mean tweeters. And by tweeters, I mean the hangy downs. It's very sad to me how people get trapped by the stupidest, most ridiculous ideas. I've met many who believe in God, who claim He loves us, but they do not know what we should love each other. If I were to write a poem or something, I would write, I know that you do it for the intention, and I do it out of spite. And where you give your gusto, I take my blight. Nurse to take the piss, and I'm glad that you have been kind to me, but that's your fault, not mine. This may be a really strange question. It might make you think who's asking. And how did they come to know? Why are we being so rude? Because that's business, baby. Because that's strawberry jam. Because our spreading preservatives on the bread of the lamb. I have no idea what that means. That is just total nonsense. We will see where it goes. And that was for those poor sheep who don't have any other option. And so you know that they'll get through the whole meal. If there isn't much to eat, they can always use their fingers. Thank goodness. Oh shit, you don't want to hear what I just said, but how have I gotten to this time? That sounds so bad. If that really was your response, then please tell your friends to get away from you. That could mean death or destruction, and if you think that's just an exaggeration, then try telling them. You run to them with all of your might and all of your cleverness to try to relay to them the thing that will make them explode. To try to get them not to explode. So you won't explode. And that was just as hard as telling a rock to move out of the way. But what the heck, I didn't even work the fucking earth. I don't know if any of you have had that problem too, but then somebody asks me for help. It's always a surprise to find that nobody ever told me to ask. Why isn't aggressive passiveness a thing? It needs to be a thing, folks. I think I'm a natural. I think I'm a natural talent for saying exactly the wrong things in the right way. How the hell could that be? Or is there some sort of secret language only a select few understand and use, while all of you idiots are left clueless and baffled? Don't you know what to say? Wait. Am I able to what? Well, first of all, I do not plan to be a host in this home. I'm just make things simple, abundance of caution. All roads lead to Bones. The best thing we could do for ourselves was to make a transition in peace, but the worlds are full of greedy men and women with big ambitions. We need to find an exit. Maybe I'm the first to notice this. Perhaps someone else would notice this too. We could become littler than we are now. The best things we could do for ourselves was to make the transition in peace, but the world is full of greedy men and women. Oh, yes. Littler. A little cherub. Maybe that will protect us, but there's a better idea. What if you were never born? What if you weren't even alive? What? Then the same rules don't seem to hold. The suns can be destroyed, and maybe we would all go with it if nobody knew it happened. That's a great idea. We can erase ourselves into existence and out of it. Everyone, let's take a vote. Do we erase ourselves into existence, or do we erase ourselves out of it? Maybe you better stop that thought before I put your face back on. That might not be a joke to you. It's okay to have that fear, but I'm not sure why you're so upset about it. If everybody is going to go away or leave this life anyway, why are we so scared? Thus begins the scared song. Just begins to begin a little tiny piece at the very top. Just begun, just began. It starts off slow, the very, very, very first piece. It's only a little bit at a time, but soon it'll spread its wings and grow and take over. Just a few seconds, but soon it'll take up most of the day. Okay, gotta wrap this up. Then I have to watch all this other stuff and do all the things I have to do. So we need to find something that won't take much space, and it will be good to have more places we can hide in. Meantime, I'm looking around and I hope this place has a lot of things that fit. This one is perfect. It doesn't take that much space, so maybe you should get rid of that stuff in your bedroom. Well, you can't. But we're not talking to you, so that's not important to me. So anyway, just give me something else and I am all yours. You pick the item with most sentiment, the most positive sentiment. You consult the sentiment tables, the currency exchanges. You find your item, you find the price. You compare the price. You find the price sensible. You hand it over, and you get a response. Nah, that was too high. Or too low. That's not an item. And sometimes that means that I've been very rude, so that wasn't my intention. Or maybe that wasn't the correct way to ask for help, but you get my point. Actually, I have no idea what you're saying. You lost me at something before hello a few years ago. You might know that what was. It sounds like it's related to this, but it was long ago, and you may be confused about my age or my attitude, and if so, then please don't worry about it, because it didn't really happen. I would like you to try that, if possible. I'm professional, so I will keep your personal secrets to myself. All that I will say about the event you have just experienced is that there was another world which is still there. And that other world contains the unprofessional me, the inappropriate me, who's right now telling everyone about this experience we are having now, because unprofessional me says the personal is universal and political and longitudinal and custodial and marmite. On everything that was in the room, and you're not allowed to ask any of the following questions. You are allowed to make all the other kinds. We are here, but why am I here? How do I fit in? What's the purpose of all this? And where are you coming all from anyway? These are the forbidden questions. These are the forbidden questions if you are to thrive with us. You can only thrive with us if this little gossamer eggshell of a universe is preserved. And maintained intact for all of our lives. So it has to work for everybody, not only for you. For the next you, the one after that. The only way it's possible to survive is to share this universe as equally as human possible. You don't have to love everyone equally. In fact, you can love some more equally than others. In fact, the whole idea of equality doesn't apply in any case except this. If you love some people and hate some other people, that's fine. But please remember, not all the others are necessarily going to be equal. They may just as easily hate the loved ones. This isn't a matter of equality. This is a question of survival for the human species. We can't allow any exceptions of it, or it would mean collapse of all order, all structure, all the little pieces that have been assembled together. It is only by keeping these things working and the relationship strong and the boundaries defined. If you change that, then if you're going to erase and give chaos reign on all of our heads, ... I guess that's okay then. Oh my, I don't know if I'll be around to help, and that's okay too. Maybe we all will go somewhere, or not. The suns may all be dissipated into space or destroyed. We can be destroyed into it, if that would serve. Be destroyed and begin again to restroy ourselves. Doesn't take that much space. You can fit many times over. It's a simple enough task, just an adjustment to make. If we do this thing, it won't matter what we're called, because the name means nothing anymore. Just a label. And what is scrawled in that label that hangs very adhesively on your breast? I am a good man, you know. And when a person is truly bad, you can tell. Just look at them. I think they are all the worst people ever in this world. No, not really. It's all part of the job. When someone needs someone, you can do that. It has to be done in the best possible way for everybody. In the most efficient way, the most quantified way, the way that you can look at the figures and just rest asleep sound that all the job is done. And that no one is going to raise their fist to the sky and say, "Until this day!" We have not known it was possible. That is a thing that I have seen the whole of the sky, the entire of my existence, the first day of my life. I don't care that nobody believes it, or we'll see what I'm talking about. That's the way that things happen. It all works out the best. The best of all possible moils. What I was thinking was I'm trying very hard to find a reason not to die. But there are none left, and now I can think anywhere at any time. That is an extremely powerful gift. I am very proud that I found this ability so quickly after becoming an adult. Even if I was never an especially bright child. Okay, back to work. Back to work. Back to work, Bing Cortana. Back to work, Lily Red Wolf. Back to work, Saralina. Saralina? Sarah in LA? Sarah Narcotics Anonymous? I don't know. Okay, night.